Hello everyone, welcome back to another Red Jacks On podcast with me, Charlie.
Me, Fraser.
And not Rikesh once again, but me, Serhan.
Yeah, we are debating whether or not Rikesh should be allowed to come back. So at the minute he's in court, he's fighting it. But you know, with all the allegations put against him, it's
yes, many allegations.
All made by us, of course.
Yeah. I mean,
he's the illegitimate father of my child, but he doesn't want to fucking pay the benefits from something
allegedly.
Allegedly, he looks exactly like Rikesh, but with just more hair.
The first thing that came out was a little middle finger. That's Rikesh's.
Where did it come out?
As soon as it come out, as soon as he was born, it was like, "Mama,
beep, out the void.
Fucking beep, beep, beep." I'm like, "Oh my god, Rikesh!"
So today was a bit of a spontaneous one. I'm hosting, and I have prepared for this for all of the time it took me to take a shit. So this is essentially What If Part 2, or we can call it big questions, because What If kind of seems like
I like big questions, but I like being more on the other end of stuff like this, because hosting is cool and I like it, but I never get to be a part of it.
Fuck it. Here we go. This is going to be What If Part 1.5, because Rikesh ain't here.
Yeah, 1.5. Screw Rikesh. And who needs him? I don't need a baby daddy.
No, you're right. No.
One of you guys could be the new baby daddy, right?
Serhan don't need no man.
Charlie, shotgun. Of course, Charlie, you were my plan A, but you were busy that night with Jade, so I had to take Rikesh.
That's never true. You know you just made that up. Fuck Jade. Okay, so I'm going to hit you guys with some really deep thought questions that...
big questions!
Okay, set the scene. You're driving down the road late at night.
Oh my god! Sorry. I was just really excited.
It gets better, trust. So you're driving down the road late at night. There's nobody else about. You look out your side window, and flying across the fields beside you is a cow in a cape. What are you going to do?
I was thinking this is going down like the horror route, but then I thought that's not really your style. And then, cow in a cape. Okay. At night.
At night, yeah.
At night, wow.
The moonlight is reflecting off of it, so you can see it. You can see it's there. And it's going slow enough that you can follow it.
All right. In this scenario, what you're proposing is just that moment. I've turned, I've looked, and there's a cow there. Whether it's going to go faster or slower than me, whether it's going to go alongside the road, that's just not part of the question, right?
No.
I'm probably going to crash the car because I'm going to be staring at the cow, so perplexed and probably frozen in shock. Eyes wide moment that I'm not going to be looking at the road. Even if it's an empty road and the road turns to the left or right, I'm probably going to keep going straight. And I'm probably going to want to, on some level, follow the cow or be alongside of it, regardless of the road. So I'm either going to crash, or if the road is open, I'm probably going to drive a little bit more and then probably crash.
Okay. The cow goes, yes, another victim.
It's not even a cow. It's one of you guys driving on the other side silently with a sign of a cow, like holding it. Like, is he following? Is he fucking follow? Is he doing it? Fucking Scottish idiot. Look at him. He has no idea.
I would want to get like a really clear video of it, because it's like those UFO sightings. They're never clear and it's never certain. Everybody's acting like really genuine, but you can't see what's going on. So it's at night as well, which is tough. This is going to be like a blurry, kind of lit cow. Hopefully get the cape in and the movement, and hopefully not crash.
Is this summer or winter?
Very good question, Serhan. And I definitely thought about this. Summer. It's summer.
In Scotland.
Yeah, in Scotland, so it's daytime.
It's only night for 1 hour in Scotland.
No, what I would say is because the reason I ask is if it's summer, the window is probably naturally going to be open as I'm driving, and I'll be maybe more instinctively likely to be like to say something to the cow. I'll be just there like, "Oi, moo!" Like just see what.
Oi, moo!
Yo, no.
To a flying cow. I don't believe it.
Flying cow. What is the appropriate response? What am I gonna, mate? You're right. No, it's not gonna. It doesn't work
I mean, I
that
wouldn't
way.
even try and talk to it. To be honest, I don't think that's the first thing I'd try and do. Maybe I would.
I think
I'd talk to it.
I'd want to follow it. I think that would genuinely be my instinct.
Yeah.
I don't think I think clearly enough to record it, and especially even if I did, I'll be like, no one's gonna. Everyone's gonna CGI.
Okay, here we go. So it lands in the field that you're driving next to. You can pull over. What are you actually going to do with that flying cow? Are you going to go over and try and take it? Are you going to try and ride it? Are you going to try and talk to it and say moo?
I'm actually going to try and ride it. Definitely.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are brave. I'm probably going to keep on driving for like a quarter of a mile still in shock as I look over my shoulder without crashing. Probably slowly stop the car. Look at my rearview mirror like I'm not going crazy, and then probably park up and then get out, and then just really slowly, I'm probably in a making myself start to creep up towards the cow and just be like, what is it doing? Like, is it sentient? Is it looking around like he's kind of going like, okay, am I doing it? Is he stopped to eat a bit of grass? Like, is he still a cow with the power to fly, or does he know what? Like, I would want to understand. Like, are you an alien looking like a cow? Are you shape shifting? Are you good? Are you bad? I probably think about a hamburger at one point. It's a lot of thoughts.
Would it be magic hamburgers that make you fly? That's good for.
Or would the burgers fly themselves?
Oh, that's
I'll check the cape for a label.
Oh, nice. Where did he get this? Smart.
Has it got a symbol on it?
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'd want to talk to the cow.
All right. Say you talk to it. What are you saying?
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
I thought that's what he was saying to the cow.
Give me 1 second, Cal. I'll be right back.
I think I'd be shocked enough to probably go into like automatic mode of like, hi, hey, and then kind of like wait for a response, like wait for like, does he understand me?
I'll be the cow. Go.
All right. Hi.
What do you want?
Oh. Shit. What are you exactly? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm a cat. We're taking my time. Precious time.
So flying horse just knocked on my door. heard what he's saying.
Was he wearing a cape?
Don't
Did
trust
you get
that
the
cow.
logo? What was it?
Don't trust that cow.
I was in shock. Honestly, it's just like Serhan said, it would go down.
Did you crash the car?
Crashed my mind.
The car just crashed.
Is that, hang on, horse, 1 second. Let me get in my car so I can crash it. All right. Next question. This one is a bit dark, and I don't think there's much you can do. But we'll see what you come up with. A countdown appears on TV one day. This is in a time where everyone watches TV and not the internet. And an alien terrorist says, all the world's oxygen will be removed in 1 minute and counting. What are you going to do?
Probably run to Tanya in that moment if she's close to me.
And just embrace death.
Well, what else can I do? I have no gas canisters. If I was maybe in a hospital doing a shift, I would probably maybe run towards any patient or any gas canister selection. Like, smack them out of the way and grab it, just hold on to my mouth like I'm in space or something. But yeah, if I'm at home and Tanya's home, I'd probably run towards her.
Take her oxygen. Smart.
Just kiss her. No.
So they'd announced themselves as aliens.
Yeah, sure.
I'd want to see if I could see them outside, if they're like in flying saucers or something.
Yeah, they are. Sure.
A possible idea in that minute. You could grab some bags or bottles or something and try and get some air secured in there so they can't suck it away.
We don't They're aliens, right? So we don't know how they work. That's under the assumption, even both of our answers are like it's a vacuum, like they're going to pull the air out. But what if they just make air just not exist? No matter what it's in, oxygen doesn't exist anymore. Boom, it's gone. Like, I would be that's why I'm more like, forget trying to figure it out. I want to cuddle. I want to cuddle in that moment. Yeah, but messaging Charlie at the same time.
Just over the shoulder, like, Charlie, I just want you to know, in this final 30 seconds of my life,
I love you. And Tanya would be like, I love you too, baby. I'm like, oh, yeah. I love you too. Yeah. But seriously, Charlie.
And I'd just be like, I love you too. I'm outside. I made it here in 1 minute.
Made it here. With a flying cow, drop me off.
I'll be holding the stereo outside your window with Every Breath You Take playing.
What would you do, Charlie?
Well, obviously, I thought about this in great depth. I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think you could go around and take the air out of car tires. I think you could stab holes and
tastes horrible.
And then just
isn't a tire basically a very thick version of a balloon?
I mean, I think if there's no oxygen left, I think I could go near it. I think I could risk it.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually.
Or get some
you'd have to have a knife on hand, but it's not the worst idea. It's better than no idea.
That's the best I could come up with what's around me. I mean, if you live near the coast, you go straight to a scuba diving place and you're like, give me a fucking canisters.
60 seconds, though, it's pretty much whatever you're around is done. Yeah. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What else produces oxygen in your house? Would a hairdryer work? No, that's like a fan, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess we could just drink in water and take an element of oxygen from that into your bloodstream.
Become fish.
Yeah, I don't think that's how. I think that's how drowning works. I don't think that's how.
Gills into my throat and then jump in the.
You might be all right if you're a scuba diver or something.
Oh yeah.
Got some canisters air lying around.
An extra couple minutes, maybe hours. Let me
imagine the government being like, "We knew this would happen. Open the vaults."
They've just got air vaults.
Yeah,
with a limitless supply of air. What did you say you were going to do, Fraser? Fucking Remy, get out of my fucking face. Stupid talk.
Just listen.
Honestly,
Remy's his girlfriend.
Probably wouldn't believe it. Just wait till the countdown ends and just be like, "Oh, can I breathe? No."
Oh shit! Fucked up.
Ah shit.
Just hold your breath, and as soon as it happens, like, did it work?
Let me just quickly fast forward through this episode of whatever I was watching so I can see the end in 60 seconds. I want to see how this ends.
I need to know how it ends, please.
Just quickly start Googling really fast on your phone, like, ways to get oxygen, different ways to breathe. How can I survive?
I genuinely thought Fraser was going to be like, so I'd go outside, and is there a spaceship outside? Right, I'd throw stuff at it. So I'd build something in 60 seconds that can attack the spaceship.
The alien say what his or her or their name is on the TV?
Jeff.
Fraser's got the death note. He could easily just write their name.
Oh, yeah.
There would be a sacrifice because, let's say, I don't know how many percent of the population of the world is called Jeff, depending on the spelling, and probably knowing Fraser will probably write it with the G and the J and everything else. So we would have to sacrifice all the Jeffs. I don't know any, so it's no skin off my teeth.
That's terrible.
At least the alien. Unless he wrote like Jeff and in brackets the alien.
That's
Jeff the alien. Yeah.
That's Jeffist. That's
sorry, yeah, I shouldn't be Jeffist. Sorry to all our Jeff listeners out there. I do apologise.
They're like,
please, if you guys have any fun answers at home, please send them in because it would be funny to read them. Right.
The big question.
This is a big one. This is political. It's not. You're walking down the street. Sun is blazing. Birds are chirping. Suddenly, a man looking suspiciously like Jesus falls from the sky and lands in front of you.
Face first,
but he's okay. You get straight back up. Where has he come from? What are you going to do?
Oh, mate, you're all right.
Oh, no, you're
Help him up. Are you Jesus?
Are you Jesus Christ?
I think the idea of a man just falling from the sky, and I look up and there's like nothing really there for him to fall from, is already crazy enough, let alone him looking like the idea or imagined imagery of Jesus. So it's a white guy with long beard and hair and probably some robes that fell from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
The Jesus thing aside, I'm like, you just fell from the sky. Like, naturally, like Fraser instantly be like, are you okay? Let me help you up. And I think it would all depend on what his reaction would be.
Okay.
Be Jesus. Be Jesus.
Wait, you've not asked him.
Okay.
I would ask him if he wants to rob a bank.
Okay.
He's always to rob a bank. Every
oh
other.
My God, are you okay? Do you want to rob a bank?
He just holds up Jesus and he just looks across the road and just sees a bank. It's like, huh? I wouldn't go down the robbing a bank route, but I would probably like, hey, how are you? Who are you? Sort of moment. Like, what happened? Is probably be my first strongest question of what the fuck happened.
Okay, and he's like, I don't know, man. I just all of a sudden I blacked out and then I woke up on the street. How did I get here? He has no idea what's going on.
Did God backhand him or something?
Hey,
you spoke up to me for the last time.
I told you to do the dishwasher.
Okay, I think that's a more interesting question to be like, this guy's fallen who looks like Jesus, but actually has no idea. Maybe from the impact or from whatever he can. So he has no idea. I can't get an answer from him. I think I probably immediately want to go take him out for like a coffee or something to eat. Because I'm like, we need to sit down and talk about this.
Definitely
understand this. And understand where we're going, like ambulance, police, something. I need to talk to this man one-to-one.
Okay.
It looks like Jesus.
Interesting.
Keep him close.
Yeah. Okay.
Might
so on your walk to get a drink, you notice that every puddle he's treading on, despite the fact I said it was a sunny day, we'll skip that. There's puddles everywhere because it's pissing down with rain now, and he's suspiciously not going into any of them. Seems like he's on top of every puddle he walks on.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna keep giving him glasses of water and see if it turns to wine.
See, this is how you test.
Okay,
I did it with you, Serhan, when I first met you. Like, turn this into wine. I know you're Jesus.
So he keeps kind of miraculously walking on the puddles, but he doesn't seem to react, right? He doesn't seem to know anything.
I don't know.
I'm definitely still taking him out for a coffee. I'm going to be more inclined to ask him more and more personal questions as we kind of go. But I wouldn't bring it to his attention at all.
I don't want him to find out he's Jesus. Because then Christianity wins.
Do you think Christianity wins?
Yeah, then Christianity wins.
Wow.
We can't let them know they're right.
He's just like, past the church, and Fraser's just like, boom, pushes him into the bush. He's like, no.
There's so much wrong with that. Not only would they 100% be right, that, you know, it would probably put all wars to end because it'd be like, well, here he is. This is Jesus. But you're just like, no, let's just not.
Your name's Jeff now. Yeah,
it's Jeff. Yeah, Jeffers.
Yeah. Nah, man. I wouldn't want people to know he's Jesus. Not for that reason. Probably more because I'm like, people are probably going to kill you, bro. They're probably going to come for you. Like, if you're a savior, you're someone else's worst nightmare. So let's just figure this out slowly. And if there's something supernatural, maybe not the police or the ambulance if he doesn't need it necessarily, because they're probably going to experiment on you. And I'll probably be curious to have some answers. Maybe experiment with some superpowers for a day would be kind of cool.
That was what I was thinking. What powers does Jesus Christ have? We know he can resurrect. We know he can walk on water. We know he can turn water to wine, which is confusing. Does it, when he walks on water, does it turn to wine? It's very confusing. One of my favorite things is, if Jesus can walk on water, can he swim on land?
That's what happens when he falls from the sky. He just kind of goes into the land like it's water and then floats back up.
Oh, that's genius! Sort of like the Matrix when Neo drops that ball.
Yeah, wobbly ripples.
That is interesting. I don't know. I'm sure Jesus has many more powers. I think he's got the power to, like, when he separates the bread amongst loads of people, so maybe like multiply things. I think that would be interesting. I'll just keep holding a pound coin in my hand and multiplying it.
Yeah, I mean, does it
maybe
work
go for
on just
20
bread and fish, or does it work on other things?
These are all things that you'd have to figure out if he is Jesus.
It's a guy that fell from the sky and survived. Yeah. That alone is cool. Like you ain't got a single bone broken, and you're walking on the puddles. Those sandals are dry as hell. Well done, bro.
I'd make him look like Henry Cavill. Say, dude, you're in the 2023. You gotta look like this guy.
Yeah, there's no Jesus anymore. There is Superman though. Yeah, jump on.
What if he just puts on glasses and no one recognizes him? He takes it off like, oh my God, it's Jesus. Puts it back on. It's like, oh, it's just Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Super Jesus. He would be Super Jesus if we allow him to explore his powers.
Yeah,
he could become way more powerful.
Jesus just be super in general? Like, does that need to be said?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No, if it does, it's fine. Okay, super.
As far as I know, everything he ever did, he only did once.
Oh.
Get him to do it more and better is super.
Or maybe his powers just keep changing. This could be a whole podcast on Jesus.
Peter Petrelli.
Yeah.
We could on this topic. Fraser will get upset. Christianity will win. Wow. I'm glad it wasn't me that said the most like sort of friction racial slur. I think Fraser needed to take the bullet. It's fine. Someone else did it too.
They can't win.
Hey everyone, we're just taking a moment here to let you know some more details about the podcast and the direction we're going.
We wanted to let you know that we now have a Gmail account where we would love to hear from you, connect to you, and get to know you all just a little bit better. So if you have any questions or comments that you might have, please don't hesitate and get in contact with us at rjopoddy@gmail.com. That's rjopoddy@gmail.com.
That's right, Rikesh. Another way to get closer to the poddy is our amazing but highly under-advertised Instagram page, where you can find a collection of our funny and silly ads with visuals for your entertainment, as well as updates on the poddy through our Instagram story, and where naturally you can also message us there as well. Find us at RJOPodcast on Instagram, and we hope you enjoy.
Lastly, we are having plans of developing the podcast, extending outside of our hobbies and getting closer to our own individual passions. For me, being a trained therapist, my passion as well as profession is to help people, connect to people, and share any tools and techniques that may be helpful to yourselves. And so, to bring the podcast and therapy world that little bit closer, I'm planning on creating an additional Agony Uncle style podcast to the Red Jackson family, where you can send us any mild to moderate issues and challenges you or someone you know may need any advice or guidance on, where myself, as well as the boys and any special guests, can help and advise you and delve deeper into the therapy world. So please message us on RJOPoddy@gmail.com as mentioned above, and let's begin. If, however, you find yourself or someone you know in need of more specific, dedicated one-to-one long-term help, then please contact me directly at Serhan Avci therapy@gmail.com. That is SERHAN for November, AVCI therapy@gmail.com, or find me on the counselling directory under Serhan Avci as mentioned. I hope to help, I hope to guide, and I hope to empower you all.
Please find all the relevant details in the description below. I hope you enjoyed and possibly found a new way to get involved and for all of us to connect further. And now we've taken enough of your time. Back to this amazing episode of Red Jackson.
Okay, this is my last written down question, and then I'm just going to make them up.
Oh.
So, you're at a restaurant with your partner. Now we're all men here, so and we're all straight men. So we're at a restaurant with our lady, right? You have a lovely time. And you notice an incredibly muscly woman glaring at you from across the room. And you try and ignore her, but then she eventually comes over and she starts abruptly, aggressively hitting on your other half. And she's groping her up and she's calling her darling and sweet cheeks. And obviously this is all set in the 1950s, apparently.
Hey, sweet cheeks.
And you try and like tell her to leave and whatever, but she just gets more and more and more aggressive. What are you going to do?
Has she got a fedora on?
Yeah.
Oh.
I get up and I go, yeah! Yeah, what you doing there, pal? Yeah. No, honestly, I would probably get up and immediately grab her wrist. It's one of those things that I wouldn't have to think about. It would happen without me thinking. I'd immediately grab her wrist, and I'm like, I don't give a shit who you are, or what you are. I will.
She's big. She's muscly.
I don't care.
She pulls your arm off.
You grab her wrist. She pulls your arm off.
Well, that's not fair. Oh no. No, I would probably get in between her and my lady. And then if she was really that intimidating and really like, I'm gonna fuck you up, I think I would hope Tanya would understand me enough to be like, listen, babe, she's double my height and double my weight in muscle. Get the fuck up, we're leaving.
But she follows you. Something has to happen. You cannot walk away.
Okay. 1950s. Do I have a gun?
It's not actually
a Tommy gun.
I was just saying, darling.
It's a Tommy gun.
But yeah, fuck it. There's a Tommy gun behind the bar. Go on.
Okay, I am the owner of this establishment. So as I get up, I just
say that.
This is my answer. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I get up.
So cheap eating at your own establishment.
Flick my fingers, and all the people get up with guns and just point it at her.
Okay. That's changing the entire dynamic of that question. But it's not a question, so I'll let you do it.
No, I would definitely instinctively grab her, and I'd probably push her away, and I would be ready for a fight. Like, if she's ready to hit me, I'm ready to hit her.
I'm surprised your instinct is to grab.
Yeah.
I guess she was putting her hands on.
Yeah, like instinctively grab her hand away from my partner. Like, not like just grab her by the shoulder and be like, ah!
What are you doing?
If you're crossing that space, I'm crossing that space. If you're like yelling, I'm going to yell back, sort of thing. But definitely get between her and my partner. I don't care.
What are you doing, Fraser?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like, if she was just like saying, like just hitting on her like verbally, then I'd just be like, huh? So, what do you think, huh?
Wow! Wow!
Are you into it? Play along. It's kind of funny.
If you can't throw punches, roll with them.
Hey!
Smart.
If she tries to abduct her, then hold on, wait a second. Wait a minute. Haven't had my food yet.
She was going to pay!
Just ordered. But yeah, I mean, at the risk of getting knocked out by a muscular woman, I have to try to prevent it.
There's worse ways to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
If there's no winning, I try and chat her up. And it's like a freeway chatting up thing going on.
Like, she's chatting up your partner, you're chatting her up, and your partner's trying to go with you. It's an awkward triangle. Okay, that was a weird question.
That was, yeah. I imagine She-Hulk.
Weird answer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking, like, you know, like them Norwegian Vikings that there's always like one huge blonde woman who will just be like, you get me the wood. I need to chop.
I'll be into that, yeah.
I don't need to chop. But
Norwegian.
And there goes our Norwegian audience.
Finally! It was nice knowing you. All right, this is another question I've just wrote.
I've done some writing. Done some work on the papa.
I've tapped in on my phone. You have to lose 2 senses, but then you get one really good one.
Oh.
What 2 are you losing and what one are you improving?
That's a good question.
Thank you. I just came up with it.
Can't we lose one, gain one more? Like, why are we losing 2? Jesus.
Because it comes at a cost to get a better something.
Okay.
Smell can go, I think.
But smell, without smell, we can't taste.
even though they do class them as separate senses, don't they? But really, they're very linked, aren't they?
Yeah, like if you get a blocked nose, your sense of taste depletes.
Oh,
in that regard, so even if it's not complete loss, you would lose that emphasis of taste as well. I think, but yeah, I think between like sight, sound, touch, smell, I can't remember the last one. I think it would probably have to be. Oh fuck, man! They're all so freaking useful. If I lose the sensation of touch, I'll be like that freaking villain from like Die Another Day from James Bond, where he has no sense of warmth.
Oh. Serhan.
Can I screenshot this?
Yeah, please do. That is a Photoshop image waiting to happen. For all of our listeners at home, Serhan is frozen in a very, very strange, provocative face. Oh, there he is. He's back. Oh, dear.
My back?
Yeah, you're back.
You froze in a face.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad because I've got loads of screenshots of us when we're frozen and stuff. Oh, man. All right, fuck it. I'm going to lose smell and touch. I will increase, and I will increase my vision. I don't want to, but if I have to, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, do you know what? That's the direction I was going. But I was also trying to think of what might also be like an interesting combination. I guess you could go like full Daredevil, lose sight, and I guess smell and go super hearing.
Good. Or you go
as long as you got
sight.
If your other sense, the one that increases, can you control when and how it kind of kicks off, or is it like once it gets to like a 200%? Is it always on?
Is it always at maximum?
Do you know what? No, you can increase it by about 25% and decrease it by about 25%. The same way that if you're like in a room with a smell,
losing two senses for 20%, Charlie.
No, so you can control if it's at 100% all the time or not. So say like you chose to have a really good sense of smell. You can walk in a room and go, I smell something weird, but then you can go and really smell it more and like get everything, or you can just not do that, and just not have to breathe everything in. Same as like sight and stuff like that. You can like zoom in a little bit when you focus.
I would lose. If I had to, probably I'd lose touch and touch and sound. I would actually like to improve my smell. Because I think smelling it's more advantageous in a sense, because you can, like, I can see far, but I can only see as far as I can see, right? No matter how far it is ahead of me, but I can smell further, like an animal tracking sort of style, knowing where people have gone, knowing who was in the room, who wasn't. Like, I feel like there'll be more uses than just I can see 50 miles in front of me. All right, cool, but who the fuck cares? If you're not looking the right direction, it means nothing.
Yeah.
And sound used to be annoying. You could hear someone from far away, but you don't move fast enough to reach them. It's like Superman's power of help. But I can't. You're 100 miles away. I can't come to you.
I can hear your stress, but
this is not affecting me.
I don't even know what zip code you're in right now. I don't even know what authority to call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, actually. What about if you lose 3 and the remaining 2 are souped up?
I mean, you'd have to lose touch, sight, smell, and taste, and just go super hearing, super sight, right? They're your main 2. And losing your sense of touch, does that mean that you're like numb?
Yeah.
Like you went through pain? Then you went through or sex?
That's what I'm saying. It's why it's so difficult. I'm saying the villain, man, from James Bond, he was an asshole because he couldn't feel jack shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Looking at his hands on this woman is like, I can't feel anything. And I'm like, I don't want that.
But okay, here's a bit of a. If you have no sense of touch, can you still feel inner pain? Because it's not technically touch, right? Like,
you mean like indigestion?
But like, yeah, if you've got indigestion, or if you actually are having sex, that's more of an internal thing. Am I right?
Yeah, but you still need to be, at least for a man, more externally stimulated.
Yeah.
I guess it's more about how have you lost your touch. If the nerve endings have died, then yeah, if I stab you, you're probably going to feel that pain possibly on the inside or have like a stomach cramp. But if your nerve endings have died, there is no sense of anything externally from your skin. There's no messages being received. Whereas if it's something like magically done, who knows? I don't know. Maybe you can still have certain pains or certain pleasures. But the way I'm seeing it is if you say no to that sense, everything external, at least, is a 0%.
Okay. That makes it tougher. Be sacrificing a lot.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I think if you lost hearing, I would hate to lose music.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's enough. But there's people that survive without that element. And like Fraser said, even if you lost sight, there's other senses you can use to interpret. Touch, there's nothing else that will really cover that.
Yeah.
Same as taste, you know. If you lose taste, imagine never tasting food or drink again, ever.
Not enjoying it at all.
Yeah, it's just like eating fucking batteries.
Really hard thing to give up.
I could give up sense of smell, definitely.
Yeah.
That's something I definitely could get rid of. I basically have no nose most of the time anyway during the fucking summer. So
yeah, true. With your hay fever.
Yeah. That was a much more interesting question than I thought it was going to be.
It's just like trying to come up with like what if questions like this. You will find that people can go, well, what about this? You're like, oh yeah. You're having to like develop this whole world in your head of like, what's the scenario with this like already complicated question.
It opens more questions. I like that.
It's nice.
All right, this is a big one that you've never heard before, so prepare yourselves.
Oh.
What would you do if right now Titans? There's lightning bolts coming down and just big fucking Titans rising up.
What's happening? Which Titans?
Big ones.
Titans in central London would be cool.
Yeah. One colossal, one armoured. They're all just spread out across the UK, and there's just normal Titans running amok everywhere else.
Are they fighting each other?
No, they're all after humans.
Oh crap!
Oh Jesus! Okay. So we're just going Titans. Oh Jesus!
Without EDM gear.
I'll close my window.
No EDM gear.
Close your window.
I'll close my window first.
Just locking the car door. See a Titan out the window. Lock.
I think apart from obviously wanting to get to safety and having the whole shock and fear reaction of oh my god moment, and God knows how my fear factor would react. I wanted to be close to Tanya and blah blah blah. I think that instinct, if it was a Titan-ish and I'm seeing that same sort of thing, I'd be like, right, go for the fucking neck, go for the throat, go for the back of the neck, the nape or whatever's the nape of the neck, and I don't know. I think I'd look for something sharp or explosive. Like when I get my senses back, to be like, I'm gonna protect myself immediately.
How would you get to the neck?
I don't necessarily have to get to the neck to kill them. I just have to know that if their hands reach for me, I need something to strike their hands to put them off. If that makes sense. I think I would immediately go to B&Q. I always said the most legal place to go as a murderer is B&Q because there's so many sharp objects and no one will question you.
Yeah.
I would immediately go to B&Q. I would have all the tools and supplies and materials there to build anything I literally wanted within enough time.
Even going to a big building like that might be a good idea.
Or a terrible one.
Mm.
You go up to the guy and you're like, excuse me, where are your hacksaws? He turns around, Titan.
Oh, well, they're just over...
He's wearing a little blue vest or a little orange vest that says being pure.
If they're that clever, if they already know where to go, then what I'm already doing.
Go on, Chris, what are you doing?
I think getting up high is sometimes kind of effective, like getting up on the roof.
Oh, you'd be
Sometimes
closer to their mouths.
And then next.
Yeah, but I feel like they've had worse luck, like in Attack on Titan when they've been on the ground, and then sometimes when they've been on roofs and stuff, they've been fairly safe.
I guess it depends on.
And they only have 2-story buildings, really.
How high the building is. If it's like the size of like the wall, like you're on the top of a skyscraper, unless it's a colossal Titan, you're probably more than likely going to be safe.
But then they could always topple the tower if you're in a big tower.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like the science block at Kingsmead. If you get on top of that, can't imagine a Titan with tower over that. Pretty big, like something that size. You'd probably be quite safe, and I don't think they could like plow through it.
Where could we go that would both be safe?
Underground.
Need to go in like a castle or something, a Tower of London or something.
There's a big if like randomly just Titans around, you might be able to kind of get lucky through the chaos and survive. But if it's like the colossal Titans, like what Eden does with the wall, and they're just all walking in one direction, overground, underground, building or none, you're gonna burn and die. And it's just like it depends on the chaos.
It's not final
it's not
game.
like that. Yeah.
That's an
You're pretty well situated, sir, because I'm sure you've got a couple of like mountains and castles that you could easily get to.
Yeah, we do. But I'm still terrified to go outside, Fraser.
Turns out that's where they came from.
Yeah, you say that, but it goes two ways. There's more open land in Scotland, so I've got more space to be vulnerable because I got to make a straight run or shot or drive or whatever. Whereas if you've got loads of buildings, you've got a little bit of twists and turns and something small to go in and out of. But I'm like, it's going to take me half a mile to get from here, point A to point B. In that in between, I could easily be seen and chased.
Plot twist: your partner's the female Titan.
Oh.
She just casually mentions it to you as well. She's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm the female Titan."
If she's if she's the female Titan and she's sentient, she supposedly loves me, I'd be like, well then, great. Like you're on my side. Awesome.
Then she eats you. What are you gonna do?
I would be eaten, Charlie. I wouldn't know any better. I'd be like,
Cool.
I'd be like, baby, you are looking amazing today. I would make sure to give any Titan that eats me at least the worst indigestion ever. I would make sure. I may be dead, but I'm going to make sure. Well, actually, technically, Titans don't shit. They just spit out what they eat.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Doesn't matter. I'll stab in the fucking stomach.
I know a twist to this. You hear that the rumbling is coming. It's not here yet. You just know it's coming.
But I mean, for both of our sakes, where's it coming from? If it's coming from the south, I've got more time. If it's coming from the north, you've got more time. So like, where?
You're just calling us up like, is the rumbling there yet? Oh yeah, I see Aaron.
Yeah, give me about 20 minutes. He'll be here.
All right, let's just say, for argument's sake, that it's the same distance from both of our islands. So it's in the Midlands, and it's just moving one's to the left, one's to the right, one's north and south. So we both got, let's say, I don't know the rate in which they move, but let's say we've got a day or two.
Well, we'll never see you again, Serhan.
I would
say our goodbyes, and we'll head. We'll head south, and you head north, and we'll try and meet on the other side of the world.
That's what every zombie apocalypse does, man. Every time the world ends, north is saying to go south, south saying to go north. I'm like, no, I'm not falling for that bullshit.
I think the best option is a mountain, like Fraser said. If the rumblings come in, just tucking away in a cave in a mountain, I think is your best chance.
But the thing is, we've seen no examples of anyone surviving the rumbling. There is nowhere anyone has gone where you're like, oh, they got past them. Like, I would even say, like, go to, apart from maybe, being above everything, but like, I would even say I'd go to the Scottish Islands up north. But the reality is, I've seen the Titans underwater and back up again on land.
They'd probably flood it. Like if there's like all these titans swimming underneath.
Yeah.
Probably create a tidal wave.
That should be worse.
And
if they move at a rate that's like, you can outpace them slightly, and I think they do. You'd probably just get used to being on the move. Like we'd probably head over like Europe way and just keep going.
I don't think you can outrun them. Like maybe in a car.
Yeah, like we need vehicles.
Oh right,
yeah.
But I think I'm gonna compare their pace to like a zombie moment, like the Horde. They can be very slow and standard, but because they're consistent, every time you speed up or slow down or something stops you or starts you, you're always losing and gaining time, and eventually it's going to happen. Even if you go around the whole world, end up behind them, and all the land is dead, they're going to go all the way back round and still find you. So it's like Charlie said, unless you go to space, I guess, like live on an airship, we're kind of fucked.
I think the rumbling
didn't give up.
I think the rumbling is too much naturally more bigger and inevitable than than general titans. I think I would still stand by my word of just randomly, if it happened, I would still go to B&Q. I would still go where I'm like, I want the sharpest objects possible.
Yeah, that'll help.
It's better than doing nothing. Unless my girl is fighting.
I just imagine you just like tired gardening tools and knives and stuff all over your body. It's like, I'm protected now.
And then he's just foot. One giant foot.
Stabs me. I'm like,
You could put your knife upwards and maybe you'd give him a little ow. I just got stabbed in the foot. And maybe it'll turn him around. Who knows? So I'm going to save the day.
Perfect weapon. Giant Lego brick.
Did you? I watched this little YouTube short where it's this one like YouTube guy that basically pretends to be all these different anime characters, and it kind of combines with Attack on Titan. I think there's Kakashi there, a bit of Saitama there. I think someone from Dragon Ball, and it's like all these characters. And as the rumbling comes towards them, it's like, okay, giant Lego jutsu and a giant Lego. And they all the.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
So funny. That's too close to what Fraser just said.
We could get loads of small Legos and make one giant big Lego.
Yes. Legoland. That's the safest place.
That's the safest
place. Oh my god!
Solve the rumbling.
Yeah,
guys.
Sorted.
All the guys would come, and after the first you step on it and be like, ah! All the rest would start to go around it.
Yes.
Yeah. And if we need to get away, they have Lego cars that you can drive.
You need a license.
Oh shit! We'll have to do our license training first.
We'll do the license.
Sit through the little video and everything while the rumbling's coming.
Come on. Was prepped for this, they would still treat you normal. You're like, oh my god, let me in. They're like $24.99 please. But the world is ending. $24.99 please. Here you go. Right? Do you accept Amex? No. Okay.
The park closes in half an hour.
Excuse me. No running.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to Red Jack's On podcast with me, Charlie.
Me, Fraser.
And not Rikesh, because the rumbling got him. But me, Serhan. I'm here.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Sorry, this one was a bit meh.
Should we just mention that we're taking a couple of weeks off?
We will be on sabbatical for a couple of weeks. Mostly because we've all got plans. It's a very busy September for us. So
holidays and lives, basically.
Yeah, unfortunately we do. But we are going to try and jump on, even if it's just one or two of us, to just pump something out per week. So you've got something to listen to in the car rides. We'll try our best.
You won't go crazy without us.
A little bit of fluctuation, but probably by the last week of September, especially moving more into October, we'll be more or less back on track. And I know we've all got reports, but it just needs the four of us to really think. So reality, we should blame Rikesh, especially because he's...
Yeah, and it's easier to blame Rikesh. Let's be honest. It's much easier. He's not here to defend himself.
If you have any comments, questions, or any hateful remarks against Rikesh, please message us at RJOPoddy@gmail.com. We're always happy. Not the hateful comments. Anything
Or
else?
just knock at his door at number 32.